Hello, welcome to this video all about business plans. Today we're going to be talking about what is a business plan, components of a well-written plan, and why each business or startup should have a business plan. This video is done in part with Toledo SBDC, so if you have any further questions after watching this video, please contact them for help. This video will also be approximately 8 minutes long, so stick with it and you can find some really good tips for creating your own business plan. Let's get started. So what is a business plan? A business plan is a written document describing a company's core business activities, objectives, and how it plans to achieve its goals. While this may seem like an extremely simple sentence, business plans are typically 30 to 50 pages long and incorporates anything from market analysis, competitor analysis, your problem, your solution, how are you going to offer your product, financial plans, financial forecasts. It's a lot, and it can be really cumbersome. However, every smart business person knows that starting with a business plan is the way to go. And we'll talk about more of this later in the video, but business plans allow you to put all your thoughts in one spot and to have everything in a well-organized manner, and also allows you to share your business plan with others, in case that's a lender or someone looking to be an investor. So again, we'll talk more about some of that later in the video. That's really the general sense of what a business plan is. So business plan components, there's a lot, and there can be even more than what's listed here. They all start with an executive summary, just like you would writing a book report in school. The executive summary provides 1 to 2 pages, basically, of a summary of your complete document. If someone were to read those 1 to 2 pages, they'd be pretty well versed of what your idea is and how you're going to execute it. But they could get even more once they get into the real part of the document. So the business overview is next. The business overview talks about your business or your startup business. Essentially, what are you intending to do? Why are you doing it? Was there a problem in the market you saw and then you said, I have a solution, I can fix it? Is there something that someone else was doing but you found a better way? All sorts of these things need to be in the business plan. Anything you can think of as to why you're in the business should be here. You can also go through basically a complete SWOT analysis, so you look at your strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats, and have all of those outlined to help the reader understand your ability to be in the business and how well you might be doing in selling your products or services. Another section of the business plan would be the operation overview. So this is really how are you going to do this? So say you're selling a product. How are you getting the product? Are you making it yourself? Do you have a manufacturing facility that you're contracting with? Is it a service? Do you have an outline of your services that you will provide? So basically anything that you do before the product gets into the customer's hands and after is part of your operations. Market analysis is next. So market analysis really takes up a big chunk of this portion of the business plan, partly because you need to do your homework in this section. Are there any other people in the market currently selling a similar product or service? What sort of market penetration do they have? What do you think market penetration you will be able to capture? Looking at customer demographics. Who are you selling to? 18 to 56-year-olds? Kind of a big group. So the more specific you can get in the market analysis, the better off you will be. Not only will that help you with your targeting and your marketing and sales plans, but it also will help any potential lender or investor understand your market and exactly who you're targeting. Next is product and services. So products and services, you might say, seems repetitive. Didn't we talk about that in the business overview or even some in the market analysis? Yes, but this goes into even more specifics. So no matter if you're selling a product, a service, or anything like that, you need to have specifics outlined in here. Not only for investors or lenders to look at, but also for yourself. You need to really understand your products and services since you will be selling them. The products should have their names, their target markets, maybe at price points, and things like that, just to have everything in one spot. The next section is sales and marketing. So while we talked about market analysis, this is really where your marketing and sales plans will be. How are you going to get your name out? How are you going to increase your brand awareness? How will you sell your product? Are you doing it online? Do you have a storefront? Is it all word of mouth? Is it billboards? Anything that you can think of in regards to how you're getting your product into your customers' hands needs to be outlined in this section. Competitive analysis. So again, we might have talked about market analysis earlier, but this is another important section. Here you want to list your top competitors and anything and everything you know about them. This gives you a better idea of how to tailor your marketing message and to also try to overcome your competitors and saying why someone may purchase your product versus theirs. Competitors can be online, they can be next door. So you need to think of all avenues that competitors may be in. Also, future competitors could be listed here. So say you're entering in kind of a new market, a new space. You need to think about who may also enter that new market and new space. Management team is next. All good business owners need to know how to set up their business properly, whether it's an LLC, sole proprietorship, corporation. So in this section of the document, all of the legality is listed in this part. It's also good to list your management team in terms of who's doing what. Is there a president? Is there a CEO? Are there boards that you may have to form? Anything about managing your company from an employee standpoint should be in this section. And again, it just gets your thoughts organized and makes sure everyone's following the direction of the company that you would like it to take. The last section is financial planning and budget. And this one we will have another video on. This is a very extensive part. You want to understand basically your revenue and sales for your business, but you also want to be able to forecast it for potentially the next 3 to 5 years, understanding your market share, what you're going to capture, if there's any increase or decrease of your costs, if you think you will begin to capture even more market share in year 3, all of that needs to be shown. And this is a really good budgeting tool and realistic tool for business owners to really get a handle on their numbers to make sure that they're in the market they need to be in. So again, another video coming on financial planning because this will take quite a bit of time. And there's also several statements that are required in business plans if you are going to get funding from a lender. Such things like the P&L statement, the profit and loss statement, a cash flow, and other statements like that. Again, we'll talk about that more later. So as we're kind of wrapping up here towards the end, why is a business plan important? This is an extremely effective strategy for growth. So not only can you get all of your ideas in one spot, have them well organized, you can begin to understand and see the direction your company will take in future years. Along with that, you can see what future financial needs may be. So this is saying in year 2, you may need a cash infusion. Where do you get that? How much do you need? What's your break even on the end? All of these things can be done in the business plan. And I tend to talk about this quite a bit. The business plan is extremely important for investors and lenders. Most lenders will require a business plan for you to get started in their process. The business plan incorporates everything we talked about, plus all the financial forecasts. So it's always good to have those ready and available if you ever need that capital. So while we talked about a lot, kind of at a high level, there'll be other videos to explain more about business plans and even a tool that we love to use to make business plans a little less cumbersome and easy. So if you have any further questions, please contact Toledo SBDC, and I'm sure they'll be happy to help. Thank you for watching.